Who is the person that you get dirty thoughts of, but never done anything with? My ex-coworker, Vera. It isn't even her body, although hypnotizing, but the way she treats everyone. She is that type of girl that is so genuine, you always think she's in love with you. I will always remember the day I met her, when she walked in her purple scrubs, giggled while introducing herself, then sat and stared at me while I trained her on our job. The only girl to ever give me a non-sexual erection. Why don't you go for it now that y'all don't work together? I knew it wasn't a likely outcome, and didn't want to ruin work and friendship. So, I moved on and am married. I'm a guy who admired my female boss, stayed on the job, through all the crap at the time just for her. Glad to say that I've been married to her for 6 years now. My coworker, he is everything I would have ever wanted in a partner, but is married. It's not even just dirty thoughts. I even fantasize about just spending time with him and hanging out. That's not dirty thoughts. You are in love. Similar. He's and funny and smart. And married. And I figured something out. Part of what attracts me to him so much is how much he loves his family. He's always talking about his wife and kids. I crack the up when he's rubbing his face. Talking about his 5-year-old got in trouble for calling her brother an asshole again. And his wife, who has many health issues, but he's always with her. And while it must be god-awful rough, he never complains. He just seems like a really good dude. So, the attraction is probably more, I don't know, emotional. Even though the physical is definitely there. I had similar with a coworker 9 years ago. He was married, I was in a relationship. I moved countries and got married. Moved back. We both got divorced, ended up dating, and are now married. Turns out we were both drawn to each other from the jump. We had similar interests, humor, etc. And did develop a strong friendship, but neither of us acted on it. It's the best relationship I've ever been in. Did not need to see this. LOL. I feel like I'm in a similar boat. I am happy in my relationship and don't want to lose it. But something lingers in the back of my mind about her, and it scares the shit out of me. We are great friends. While I am very attracted to her, I want to keep it that way. But some subtle little things make me wonder. She hasn't expressed a romantic attraction to me, but I've been very careful not to express a romantic attraction to her. Former boss. She was beautiful, smart as and amazing at what she did. We had a lot of late nights working together, and we were both stuck in a lousy home situation with unsupportive spouses. We'd been a little flirtatious, and one evening when everyone else was gone, she walked up to me and whispered, "We should be together." Real life isn't Hollywood. Half out of shock, half out of loyalty to my family, I mumbled something about traffic and quickly left the office. Our work relationship began to sour and eventually got so bitter I left for another company. Was it of my boss to make advances in the workplace? Yes. Did I make the right decision? Yes. Do I often wonder what would have happened if I'd made the wrong one? Yes. My marriage is still miserable all these years later. That's what loyalty got me. So fun fact. Marriage can end. I know it may seem impossible, particularly if you have children. But you deserve to have a life filled with love and happiness. And honestly, so does your spouse. Source. Guy who married the wrong person, got a divorce, and now has the most amazing wife anyone has ever had. I relate to this on so many levels. Only it was an attractive single coworker who was willing to be a side piece. We were really good friends at work too. I laughed it off, but secretly felt elated to be wanted again. And she wanted me for my qualities, something my then wife had stopped appreciating and was taking for granted. I always kept it professional. When I woke up one morning and realized I'd had a dream about her, I left it a dream and tried to repair my marriage, but eventually asked for a divorce. Nothing ever happened with that coworker. We're very different people, and we're still friends, even though we're not colleagues. I've since married again, and so has she. My wife had a close-knit group of friends when we met, and through most of her life. I always appreciated the view, but never felt anything. Until, about 3 years into our marriage, she mentioned that she sometimes liked to fantasize. In her fantasy, she is presenting me to the whole friend group, so they could all see what she got to experience on a daily basis. I would service the whole group. I certainly didn't mind, and whenever the group was together, I would do things for my wife. I played the waiter at the dinner table for a Downton Abbey party. I would swim with them when they came over during the summers, wearing biker shorts and nothing else. Sometimes I would announce to my wife that I was going to shower when her friends were over. And whatever else I managed to do, she knew what I was doing and responded appreciatively after. One of my wife's best friends. I avoid the dirty thoughts as often as possible, but her friend is like comically hot. Like my exact kink and fetish and preference and turn on, all wrapped up into one incredible looking human. It's not even fair. I've never been disrespectful. I've never humored the thought. I'm just aware of her, and I keep most of these thoughts to myself. However, my wife also thinks she's ridiculously attractive, so at least there's no weird tension about it. We take turns being the first to point out how good that woman looks on any given encounter. LOL. Man, I really want to see a picture of her now that you described her. Curiosity maxed out. My one friend that I met in high school 15 years ago. She was probably the first person I liked in my life. And she was aware of how I felt at the time. Her feelings were never mutual, but we talked about it, and amicably enough, I consciously got over her. Nowadays, I don't think of her romantically. Hell, not even much in any way. Although I still believe that if there was one person I would break my boycott on relationships for, it would be her. Every now and again, enough to be notable, I have dreams about her. Not lewd most of the time, but certainly of the what could have been kind. She's engaged now to a guy who last I heard does treat her well. So nothing can happen now, but I'm fine with that. Psychology would suggest the recurring dreams may mean unresolved feelings. It's weird, because I talk to her only once a year nowadays, when I text her to greet her on her birthday. And we catch up over the next couple hours, before we effectively forget each other for the next 365 days. You'd think I would think of her much more, but I really don't. But my subconscious must have other fantasies, like, hey, I know bills need paying and your body aches from overwork, but damn, you two would have had some good kids. Looky, how happy you could be. There was this girl in 11th grade that I connected with a whole different level. Instead of asking her to homecoming, my ex persuaded me to go with her. That girl I met ended up marrying that guy. We actually dated for a month while they were separated. She went back to him. We had a 2-year affair. Not just hooking up, but dates. I ended it because it felt like a relationship at the end, but reality was it wasn't. Heard she's miserable.